and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be the third of the Disney series, and this video is going to talk about our day at Disney Springs because we had a rest day, and then also we actually had a couple rest days, but I only really videoed like a little bit of one. We went to Disney Springs, and we'll talk about that in a little bit, and then also Hollywood Studios, and we park hopped to Epcot. So without further ado, let's get into it. After our day at, I believe it was Animal Kingdom and Hollywood Studios, we had a couple of rest days. So originally the next day we were going to go to Epcot, but some plans got shifted around on our trip. And Ben was actually supposed to have like a conference later that week, so we were trying to cram in all of our park days, but that got canceled. So we ended up, there was an opening at Epcot, so our actual like Epcot day, our very last day at the park, we switched. So we had 2 rest days in between, and during those times we just kind of stayed at our Airbnb. They had a resort style pool, and we swam, and we just took it easy and just rested our feet mostly. And one of those days we ended up going to Disney Springs and trying out Gideon's Bakehouse. So we came back to Disney Springs today, and we got Gideon's, and we got a hot cookie. Apparently they only do them like certain times of the day when cookies come out of the oven, so we are gonna try this. And then I got a cookies and cream cold brew. Gideon's was definitely one of the highlights of the trip. It was so good. I'm not sure, I mean, I'm sure that it probably would have been worth the hype if we still wouldn't have gotten the hot cookie, but really the hot cookie just made it so much more incredible. And I still think about that cookies and cream cold brew. So that was absolutely amazing. The next day was our Hollywood Studios day. We are headed into Toy Story Land. We got here at Rope Drop here at Hollywood Studios, and we went straight to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, but Rise of the Resistance was already at like a 130-minute wait, 50-minute wait. So we're gonna do some other things first before we head back over that way. I was not thinking when I planned Hollywood Studios Day, but today is May 4th, so we shall see how today goes. As you guys saw, we went to Toy Story Land, and we ended up ordering some food at the Woody's Lunchbox and getting that. And while we were waiting, Sophia and I ended up going on the alien swirling saucers a couple times while we were waiting on our food. It was very busy this day, obviously, and it was already like, I think Hollywood Studios is like always consistently busy, but we ended up getting some food for breakfast after riding alien swirling saucers, and then we went to the Disney play and dance, the Disney Junior play and dance with all the characters and the music, and it was so much fun to see Sophia's face.
Let's do this one. This one's one of my favorites. I grew up watching this one.
Then after the Just Dance and play, it was getting very toasty this day. It was pretty warm. So we had some lightning lanes, our Genie Plus things that we were gonna do. We ended up doing Toy Story Mania in between, and then we ended up going over to the Frozen sing-along, and we did that. And Sophia, I think everybody loved it, and I got super emotional during it to hear her like sing. We continued to check the time as far as if Rise of the Resistance was going to come down, and it wasn't, but we still wanted to explore a little bit of Galaxy's Edge. So after we finished up at Toy Story Land and all of the sing-alongs and things, we ended up going over to Galaxy's Edge, and we got a Ronto wrap, which was so good. It's definitely worth the hype. Ben and I just split it as a snack because we both weren't really incredibly hungry. We were still waiting, obviously, one, for us to park hop, and two, we also had I had a Slinky Dog dash ride at 2. So we were just kind of at this point killing time. All of the waits were very, very long, so we were just kind of exploring, taking our time, taking in the scenery. We went into some shops, but we went over to Galaxy's Edge. Like I said, we got the Ronto wrap, and then we also tried I think it was the green milk.
Galaxy's Edge, and we got some green milk. I decided to get the green milk because that looked the best, and surprisingly Ben actually likes it, and I'm really shocked because it has like coconut and rice milk base, but it's really good. And we just split it with Sophia, and it's really good. She likes it.
Well, by this time it was getting really toasty. We were all just kind of getting overly hot, overly heated. Sophia was getting tired, so we had just finished up in some shops, and I told Ben to get me a pink drink at the Trolley Cart Cafe there. And him and Sophia waited in line to do that because she was just so sad that she couldn't ride Slinky Dog. So after that, we went ahead and we hopped on over to Epcot.
Okay, so I'm heading to Slinky Dog. I'm not sure how much I've vlogged today because I've been trying to do stuff for Instagram as well. But Sophia and Ben are grabbing me a pink drink because that sounds super refreshing right now. It's super hot. It's like the heat of the day. But I'm gonna ride this ride, and then we're gonna hop over to Epcot. But they are not coming with me because Sophia is like super sad that she cannot ride the ride. She is like 1.5 inches too short. So to avoid meltdowns, I'm just gonna go ride the ride. And yeah, so once that's done, we will hop on over to Epcot.
Once we got to Epcot, I didn't really film a ton as far as like vlogging. We were mostly just trying to get Sophia down to rest and all of that. So we ended up doing a couple of things that we knew that she was going to enjoy at that time, just to kind of keep her from getting super upset, because she was still at this point heartbroken that she didn't get to ride Slinky Dog. Well, she calls it Ropey Dog, so it's like the cutest thing. And even when she sees it on like TV and stuff, she's like, look, there's the Ropey Dog. And we just used the Skyliner, so that was like a nice little bit to just kind of relax on the way over to Epcot. And I filmed a lot of the topiaries, well, some of the topiaries, and then I filmed a lot more like on our actual like Epcot day. We went over to Nemo and Friends, the Seas with Nemo and Friends. So it was really nice because one, it was cool. Everybody needed to cool off. So we had the ride, and then there's like the aquarium, like little aquarium part. After that, we made our way over to have Sophia meet Anna and Elsa, which she absolutely loved. At first, she was just kind of like, what are we doing, Mom? I would much rather be taking a nap. After we met Anna and Elsa, we were just kind of like taking our time walking, and we went ahead and got a lightning lane for Ratatouille. And thankfully, Sophia was under 2 at this point, so I didn't have to buy her like a lightning lane because on our way over to Ratatouille, she fell asleep. So Ben and I ended up doing rider swap with, kind of just like rider swap, but we had a lightning lane. So I would push the stroller and like walk around like the France pavilion, and then afterwards he did the same thing for me. And so then once that was done, we went ahead and we noticed that Rise the Resistance was going a little bit down. It was like more at like 90. It was fluctuating between 60 and 90 minutes. So we were like, okay, let's just head back over. We're going to go ahead and grab some food and hop on Rise of the Resistance.
So we are back at Hollywood Studios. We went to Epcot, and then we were trying to debate whether we wanted to park hop and wait in line at Flight of Passage, or if we wanted to just come back and wait and do rider swap for Rise of the Resistance. So that's what we decided to do. We did a couple things at Epcot. We did Remy's Ratatouille, and we got to meet Elsa and Anna, so that was fun for Sophia. So I'm gonna actually go over here to the market to see if I can get a Num Num cookie because they were out the other day, so we'll see if they have any this time. We were able to do rider swap, and it actually did not end up being like nearly as long as what they had said, because Ben waited first because Sophia was still tired and she was slowly waking up, but she was still like half in and out, half out. So we talked to obviously a cast member, and super nice, super easy. So I went ahead and I grabbed a Num Num cookie, and then I went to the ABC commissary and grabbed some dinner for me and Sophia, and that's where we ate. And I think Ben maybe waited in line for like 50 minutes. So it had just came back up because it was down, and so it had just came back up, and so he hopped in line, and it was only like a 45-minute wait. So not bad at all. And then I obviously I was like a walk-on pretty much with a rider swap. And then after that, we just kind of like explored Galaxy's Edge a little bit more. Ben ended up getting a lightsaber. He didn't do the lightsaber experience, but he did purchase one from the Savi's gift shop, because you can make one, but it's not as like intricate as like actually like building one from doing like the different crystals, or I don't even know all that goes into it. But he was able to get a lightsaber, and then after that we wrapped up our day at Hollywood Studios. So that wraps up this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys liked these videos, and please like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.